Yo, what's up guys, Ryan Magin here, and today I'm going to be breaking down the king of YouTube, or self-proclaimed king of YouTube, Elliott Hulse. Now, I have been a friend of Elliott's for a very long time. In fact, if you look at all of his old videos, you will see a very younger, lot more edgier version of me with like some stripes in my hair, looking really weird. Nothing like this handsome dude you're seeing today talking to you. But first, I want to take a second and congratulate everybody for commenting on the last Grego Gallagher vid. The feedback from that was amazing, and I love hearing, I put a lot of work into these videos, and I love hearing that you guys actually enjoy them. So thank you. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of this video, I want to take a second and talk about Elliott's initial rise to fame on YouTube, because I think it's very substantial that because I've been friends with him so long and I've seen what has happened, I've literally witnessed him kind of shape and mold what is now considered fitness vlogging. Elliott was doing this before there was actually HD cameras, and I know because I sat there and watched him film himself with a flip camera. If you guys don't know what that is, you're far too young, but it's a camera that was very horrible quality and very awkward and big, but that's what he started on. He started filming these Yo Elliott videos.
Yo Elliott!
With this camera, and what transpired was eventually going to be his first 1 million YouTube subscribers.
Don't let some asshole drop some shitty seed in you and then you water it. Grow stronger and then inspire others.
All right, so in Elliott's initial rise to his first 1 million subscribers, he actually was doing something to the industry. Like I said, he kind of shaped and molded what is fitness vlogging right now that you guys see every single day on YouTube. Guys like Christian Guzman, guys like Brandon Carter, so many of them got their initial inspiration from Elliott. So basically, Elliott is the reason they now have very lucrative jobs and businesses for themselves.
Yo Elliott, your entire body is your brain. Most important part of the game is your game piece.
So like all my YouTube videos now that I've been breaking down these personalities and characters that you guys all know, I like to reference what I call the 3 P's of power. And this is a way for me to kind of reverse engineer their success and actually show you guys what they do to be successful. Now, Elliott's is a little bit different because I'm going to be talking about 2 different segments or 2 different chapters in Elliott's career and breaking down those 3 P's of power for each one.
Right? Whatever it is that you're deciding that you want to do with yourself, that you're doubting your ability on, just do it. Fuck it up completely.
The 3 P's of power is actually platform, presence, and persona. And I actually shared these at my live event back in September here in St. Petersburg, Florida, called Icon. A lot of guys were blown away. They keep asking me about it. And this is me bringing a little more light to what it is. And like I said, it's about re-engineering people's success, which if you're trying to be successful yourself, especially in the platforms of YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, you need to understand keys of influence and how people before you are gathering these followings. And that's what I want to share with you guys today about Elliott. So first thing we're going to talk about is his first initial rise to 1 million subscribers.
Success is not doing the right thing, and it definitely isn't doing the right thing the first time. Success is having the courage to move in the direction of your dreams. Move in the direction that your heart is taking you. That is what success is.
Now, the first P is always persona. And what persona means is actually his overall style, his presentation, what he's showing on video, what he's wearing, how he's talking, how he's acting. This is, I think, a very key part that a lot of guys miss. Elliott had a very distinct style when he started. I know his full background. He came as a Czech practitioner, and he eventually molded himself into what was going to be a professional strongman. So when he was going through this transformation of Czech practitioner, which is very holistic, skinnier, a little more nerdy, if you will, and no disrespect to Czech practitioners, they're very smart, but from a Czech practitioner to a professional strongman is a very big shift, and Elliott's overall style and persona changed in that process. So towards the end, and when he became the Yo Elliott you guys love, he was a lifter, shaved head, super jacked, very raw, very in your face, and crazy eye contact, cut off sleeves, you know, athletic shoes, and just presented a lot of energy in all of his content.
Energy is, you know, people get kind of confused and they think when you use the term energy, you're talking about like some hocus pocus magic force field that's, I don't know, they get all confused. It basically is where your attention is.
All right, so one of the things that Elliott was definitely, with his overall persona, he was polarizing. I talk about this a lot. I mentioned this from Grego Gallagher's vid, also Logan Paul's vid. Polarizing means that people are naturally drawn to you because in some instances you're very weird, you're different. And because Elliott came from the Czech practitioner, which is generally nerdy, and into the pro strongman, which is tough and jacked and angry and raw, it was a very polarizing persona for him to have, and he embraced it super well. Now, during Elliott's initial rise to 1 million subscribers, the old Yo Elliott, a lot of you guys have come to know, his platform of choice, which is the second P, platform, where he chooses to put all of his content and show you guys who he is and what he's about and how he's doing it, was YouTube. YouTube was pretty much the only thing around back then. Instagram was still very small, not very popular. Twitter was kind of there, but he wasn't able to show his personality or anything from using Twitter, so he stuck to YouTube. And he stuck to YouTube so long that he eventually put 1,000 videos, and then he went on to create a second channel, which is the new Yo Elliott, which he has been snowballing with YouTube for the last like 6, 7, maybe even 8 years.
Don't get rid of self-doubt through the same means by which you learned it, and that is in the head. Self-doubt is purely a head-created phenomenon.
Now, with Elliott's platform of choice being YouTube, and obviously he kind of nailed it down of what persona he wanted to show you guys, next is his presence. Now, this is the third P. Presence means how you're influencing people. What is making your fans drawn towards you? What is making them spend money with you? What is making them watch every video? That is what I consider presence. Now, Elliott had a few key things that he still does to this day very well. Main thing being, he was one of the first guys to beam his eyes this close straight through the camera. Nobody at that time was doing that, so it made you feel like you knew him. It made you feel like you were with him. He was talking directly at you. Even though it was millions of people in an audience on YouTube, you felt like he was talking directly at you. Next up, he was super vulnerable, and that's going to lead me into like the new Elliott that I'm going to talk about in a second. But his vulnerability, showing you his family, showing you his warm-ups, showing you his whole workouts. Back then, this was not the norm that you see today on YouTube. People were not doing it. He was one of the first. This was very weird to the general population, but this made you guys, as fans and people that like him, draw so close in and get so attached to that version of Elliott that he created 1 million followers.
You, my friend, have failed. Congratulations. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to you because it shows that you're alive, it shows that you did something, and it shows that you're growing stronger.
All right, and before I get on to the next version of Elliott, which is the new version that a lot of you guys don't really like anymore, I'm going to talk about the last thing that he always has done since day one. No matter what he was talking about, he lives what he preaches. And not enough people today's day, especially on YouTube, they're fakes, they're frauds. They're not showing you what they do. Elliott has videos of him flipping 1,000-pound tires. He has pictures of him running, or video of him running a 4.3 40-yard dash in college. He played college ball. He lives everything that he embodies, and that is why his message of become the strongest version of yourself was so strong. And a lot of people today have copied that, rehashed it in so many different words, but that was Elliott's to begin with, and more people should realize that.
It's you growing stronger and becoming a stronger version of yourself through the challenges, through the resistance, and because it's hard.
Now, after accomplishing all that, building up the influence, gaining 1 million subscribers, Elliott pretty much did the unthinkable, which actually pissed a lot of people off, got him a shit ton of hate, and alienated a lot of his would-be or used-to-be subscribers. He quit YouTube for almost a year straight. And when he came back, he was not the same Elliott that they all remember, that Yo Elliott, raw, powerlifting, strongman, really jacked, energetic lifting guy. When he came back was more of a holistic, more of a, quite frankly, weird dude. All right, so what you just saw was actually what Elliott calls bioenergetics. And actually, it's a form of dynamic meditation that he got very deep and heavy into because of what he was going through, because he dealt with a lot of injuries. He was going through a lot of self-discovery, a lot of reflection, which quite frankly, that's what made him from the outside look really fucking weird to all his old fans. And a lot of people rejected him for it and caused a lot of backlash for him on the internet. After Elliott came back from the break and he was going through the bioenergetics, he was starting to show this more on his channel. He was starting to get all this backlash and all this hate. Elliott being Elliott and having all the experience of what he had just accomplished, he embraced the power once again of being polarizing because, quite frankly, bioenergetics is weird shit. And a lot of people rejected that, but the strength in that was a lot of people now came closer to him. They loved him for it. They're like, we love this new version of Elliott, whereas he was shoving away all the old people, the people that hated him, because they weren't evolving with him, and he was bringing a new tribe up and making them stronger versions of themselves. So let's get into the new version of Elliott with the 3 Ps. First off, being his persona. He is much more yoga-like, more shaman, very spiritual looking. He actually has his hair in dreads right now. He's looking very, I don't know if spiritual has a look, but I feel like Elliott's kind of nailing that right now. It's a much more stable. He speaks less, but his words are more impactful. He's not so much the high energy in your face guy that you used to see as the Yo Elliott. And that, I think, is a strength of his right now, whereas most people are like, we want the old Elliott back, we want the old Elliott back. He's embracing his polarization, and he's bringing the people that actually want to see him to him, and that is why his grounding camps, which is his new business venture, is exploding. All right, so let's talk about Elliott's new choice of platform. Kind of abandoned YouTube, but he has since been attacking Instagram like a savage. And if you've seen that as of late, he's been doing it for the past month. He is killing it on Instagram, and I think that is good because he is running multiple businesses right now, doing a lot of different things, and he doesn't have the time to edit and get his team to put these massive videos on YouTube like he once did. But the brevity and the short clips on Instagram are able to bring back the old Yo Elliott with this new version of Elliott who's actually more impactful, and I think he's going to continue to kill it on Instagram as long as he chooses to keep that up. Now, with Elliott's platform of choice being Instagram, last but not least, we're going to talk about his new presence. He has a lot of experience in being polarizing, and quite frankly, bioenergetics and dynamic meditation itself is very polarizing. So adding in Elliott's animated character and who he once was makes him even more polarizing. So he's embracing that polarity, and he's also adding in his intense vulnerability, which got him to that point where he's showing you behind the scenes. Now he's actually like screaming at the camera. He's been crying on camera.
This is where the muscular system becomes the actual physical fucking prison. Your muscles turn into bars and imprison your motility.
He's shown you open scenes in his life. He shows you his kids. He shows you his family. And I think that that will do nothing but continue to take that grounding camp brand from here to here. He's also expanded to Strength Camp International. He's running multiple gyms, all because of the empire that he built initially. So just to wrap this up, while all the backlash was coming in about him taking a break, he got a lot of things in line, and now he's making what I'm assuming is a lot more money, and he's also impacting a lot more lives on a deeper level, whereas he isn't just all about jacked and getting people injured and lifting heavy weights, because like himself, he knows you can't do that shit forever. So his new message is breathe through your balls, but he still carries the become the strongest version of yourself, and breathe through your balls means, ha! He does that all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. That's it. Give Elliott a follow. He's a good friend of mine. And yeah, let me know who you want to break down next. And that's it for this video. Yo, what's up guys? Ryan here. First off, I hope you enjoyed that amazing video about Elliott Hulse. And I got something special for you today. Since you made it this far into the video, you're going to see a link right in the description box. That is for a brand new presentation. It's 100% free. It's called 7 Status Triggers. And it's the 7 things you must be wearing to influence, persuade, become more attractive, look more successful, and generally attract better quality people into your life. If that interests you, click the link below. And that's it. Talk to you later. Peace.